Okay, we'll get the afternoon session underway. The progress scores so far, Australia 6, New Zealand 4. A good start for Australia. On mat 1, men's pairs, Grant Lemay, Gary Lowe versus Tony Simpson and Simon Zaporizek. On mat 2, mixed 6-bowl pairs, Paul Wright and Maureen Pruden versus Ian Ogilvie and Jodie Jones from Australia. Mixed 8-bowl pairs, New Zealand Ashley Diamond and Cherie Holmes with David Blythe and Anne Grappin. Men's triples, New Zealand John Siddestein, Grant Rayner, Paul Smith versus Chris Price, Darren Voss and Arthur Finch. Women's triples, New Zealand Lois Randall, Linda McCurdy, Denise Clarkson versus Australia Carolyn Walsh, Julie Zaporizek and Barbara Hill. And women's 8-bowl pairs, New Zealand Fiona Wilson and Teri Anderson versus Australia Monica Korn and Meridith Norton. The trial ends and get underway as soon as you can. Thank you.
Jan, you two know the rules, don't you?
Sorry, the umpires for the afternoon session are Kevin Garrett, New Zealand, and Jan Lowe, New Zealand.
Cool, thank you for watching the coverage that I did of the TransTasman Test in London in 2015. This particular game was the first game of 8-bowl women's pairs that was played on day 1. As you heard at the beginning, the score is 6-4 to Australia at this point. The commentary is clearly not live. I didn't quite have that facility, but I will endeavour to stay away from spoilers. During the game, they're just playing their trial ends now, as I said before. An international game, before each game, I think you get 2 ends up and back of the mat, which is quite helpful. The New Zealand team is Fiona Wilson and Teri Anderson. And I'll put the Australian team in the description. All the players play at a very high level, as you would expect. Fee is quite experienced. I think this is either her 3rd or 4th test. And Monica Corner is the skip of the Australian one, is also very experienced. She was in the women's singles berth for a long time from Australia, and is, highly aggressive, good skip, or good female skip. Teri Anderson, who is the lead for the New Zealand team, is on debut for New Zealand. She's trialled before, but this is the first time she's made the team, and very deservedly so. She made 3 national finals in the 2014 Nationals, which is a record in New Zealand. And in New Zealand, our nationals are a bit different to Australia anyway. We have an open system where anyone can enter, so it's a huge achievement to get down to the final 3 times in 1 week. I'll be expecting a pretty good game between these guys. It's the first one of 3, and Australia started off pretty well in the first game, so New Zealand will be back to get some blood, as it were. So they do the trial ends without the jack. It's essentially just to get an idea of the line that the mat is taking of your bowls. So testing out the forehand and the backhand, and you get an idea of the weight as well. We can see a little bit of the women's triples to our left. If viewers have watched this game before, might be worth re-watching. Just have a look at some of the heads. You should see about half of them on that side. Again, be a good match-up. And it does include Denise Clarkson, who was a late call-on for the New Zealand team. Gina Owen was playing and unfortunately had a craving for chocolate on the Friday before the test and tripped and fell and broke her arm. So Denise came in from the reserves. She's playing extremely good bowls. Nearly ready to start. because it's an 8-ball game, they'll be playing 18 ends. So it goes on for a while. And as an international pairs game also, it's a bit different, certainly to what we play in New Zealand. I'm unsure about Australia. In New Zealand, a pairs game is traditionally 3 bowls and 3 bowls. This game is 2-2-2-2, so both players have to have a wide range of shots available to them. And in these cases, they certainly do. You can also see a little bit of the men's triples on the third mat across. Fiona Wilson is also the vice captain of the New Zealand team, the Matt Blacks, and she plays out of the Tauranga Centre, which is the host centre, so it's quite convenient. Australia leading off. Thrown a reasonably long jack to start off with and decided to start off on her backhand. I believe the lead for Australia played skip the last couple of times in their fours team, the women's fours team, so she's certainly capable of all the shots and is clearly very experienced. Reasonable starter there, just reaching past, and Teri going on the forehand. Yeah, it's pretty exceptional there. Aussie lead on the backhand, just making a correction. Not quite managing it, but it's in a very good position. And Teri switching hands now. The boards are a new thing for this test. Ordinarily they're on the floor. It's a great ball there by Teri. Ordinarily they're on the floor, made it a bit difficult for viewers to see. So one of the New Zealand team members, who's our other Tauranga person, got these made up, and I think they're certainly an improvement. So the teams won't be trying anything too radical at the moment. It's just the first end. They'll just be drawing, trying to find the mat. Monica on the forehand, looked a bit tight out of it. Yeah, perfect weight though, so she won't be too upset with that. And Phil will just be looking on the backhand, I would imagine. Not a bad starter either. Perfect track. Monica would be looking to draw the jack on the forehand, I would be thinking. Just missed her line a little bit out of her hand. It is just the first end, so the players won't have a great feel for the mat yet. And Fee and Teri will just be looking to cover the back of the head. How's the weight? Very good bowl there. Still an opportunity for Australia right at the back, but the jack is going towards that black if it's crunched, I think. So they won't be unhappy with that at all. It's in a pretty good position. Yeah, that's what Monica's just indicating there. Those watching will notice that all the Australians do have a backswing, as I've commented before and will again, because their mats are considerably longer than ours. It's a bit more like outdoor than our game. And that's a great bowl too. Very good. Good positional bowl feed put in there, that's where the jack has gone to. And all the New Zealanders, you'll notice, kind of push the bowl, flick the bowl off the mat, which is why the Aussies call us push bowlers. Playing it with good weight. Slightly narrow, but it's going to finish in an okay position. And we've got good position on the back right of the head as well. Monica just assessing the situation, seeing what she wants done. On the backhand, or was it on the forehand? On the forehand to lift that yellow up. 2 or 3 rolls. It's just going into that gap. Just a bit tight. Actually, it's probably more her weight, I would be thinking. But again, as I said, it's only the first end, so the players are still feeling the mat, finding the mat. Teri on the back end, looking for that black. Looks pretty good. Great ball there by Teri. Perfectly utilised the position on the mat, and they have to now. Not a bad start. Monica will be looking at her opportunities, indicating that she wants to play that plant at the front of the head. The jack, I think, is squeezing to our left. And even if it's not, it's still good because they've got a bowl out to the right as well. Plays very good run shots. Just glancing over to the women's triples, they've had a less than ideal start, but and a good mat kick by Lois. I'm sure something will be salvaged from that. Good thing about these games is they're all long. 8 bowl games, 20. 8 bowl games, 18 ends. 6 bowl games, 21, and 3 bowl games, 25. So even if you have a less than ideal beginning, you've got plenty of time to catch up. Fee looking on the back end, through that gap probably just to cover. And glancing over to the women's triples, Lois, just a little bit narrow. Good effort here by Fee. Great ball. Bit unlucky she got that rub because there's still the chance for Australia to move the jack just to that back yellow, but it's almost a perfect start from the New Zealand pair. Extremely good first end. They've I would say dominated this, although there are 17 more ends to go. Again, Monica's just looking at the plant. See if we can get some, or she can get some jack movement. I think it'll work if she can hit it. She's certainly capable. Glancing over to the women's triples, Lois has played a bowl. Very good shot, she's cut it down to maybe 2 or 3. And Monica sets herself up on the backhand. Good weight. Ooh. That was a good bowl. I'm not really sure what happened. If they, well, New Zealand's in a bit of trouble there if they want to score, because rolling up that black on the forehand is blocked, and as he has that yellow at the back, it depends if they're holding one or not. It's the first end, so you wouldn't be trying anything too rash. It's okay if you drop 1 point, and they'll be comfortable in how they played in that first end too. They forced Monica to play a good bowl, and if they can keep that up, it's always a good sign. Fee's just playing with a bit of weight there. It's worth a go. Nothing lost, nothing gained. 1 yellow. Recent start by both pairs there. Monica played a great bowl to salvage a situation. So Australia leads off again. It was great over the test to have so many people watching as well. The crowd was very supportive of both teams, and it was a fantastic atmosphere to be a part of. We're going to have to guess where this bowl finishes. Some of the video will be obscured. I didn't really want to have the cameras affecting the players, so I'm not too worried about that. We should be able to see most of the heads. We'll have an idea at some point. Teri on a forehand. And the Aussie on the backhand as well. Monica's clapping, so it must have been good. Oh, there we go. So Teri will be looking for a back pot. Looks like New Zealand's got one. Glancing over to the women's triples. Good bowl there by Linda. New Zealand's holding 2. We're just hoping that bowl's just going to get around it. Looks pretty good to me. Yeah, great leading there by both players. Pretty evenly matched at the moment. Monica's got a decision to make here with her bowl. Whether she gets a little bit aggressive or puts in some position first. Setting herself up on the forehand. And playing with just that little bit over. That's a good weight to play that shot with. And she had a couple of options there, and she got her second option, but it's still as good. It sets Australia up quite nicely for this end. She'll be looking to get some position in too, although it's okay if she's just a little bit short and narrow onto that front black. Sits it down, just gets in the way. Reasonable weight. Monica wouldn't be wanting to change much. They've got position at the back. Her best option is probably actually almost through that split. If she's tight onto the black, it's only going to be a positive result. But wider than I thought she'd be. She played with good weight and she was unlucky not to get a result. And again, they just set themselves up nicely. New Zealand just has to change his head around a bit. It's setting up pretty rubbish. And a good lead off there by Paul on the third meta cross. He's on debut as well. Sophie on her backhand, playing this very well. Unlucky not to get a better result than that. I thought she had it pretty good. It has changed the dynamics a bit. Aussie, I would say, be looking on the forehand almost through that split again. If you're tight, you're square through the yellow. You may have to guess. Well done, Lois. Good to add some excitement to the test match. Aussie on the forehand. Nice weight, I would say. Good bowl. Unlucky, but they are setting themselves up for a pretty good score here if New Zealand doesn't get in the mix. They'll just be looking to either change their head or put some position in. Good idea to come and have a look. New Zealand's got 2 options. They can try on the forehand and lay in the corner of the box, or you can play backhand onto that black. I'll be tempted myself to be playing the forehand, although these mats drawing is quite difficult to do. Though to play the black on the backhand, at least they're moving the jack away from those bowls. But the forehand is also perfectly legitimate. Going for the backhand option. Be looking for that 2 or 3 rolls just to move the jack away from the danger zone. And that's fine. A little bit tight, but played it with good weight. And it's just cut down Australia's opportunity to punch us out of the head. Looks like the women's triples picked up a couple of that end, so that's good. And it's a better start than the previous one. Aussie leads on a backhand. It's a pretty good bowl there. New Zealand's going to have to go into a bit of damage control here. They're reaching in on the backhand with a bit of weight still, I would think. Yep. It's not far away. Get the black. I think that was a good bowl, I'm not sure. Okay, so she's moved the jack again. I think we have an opportunity here now. Yeah, that's a lot better than it was. The black isn't going out anytime soon. So Monica will be looking on the forehand onto that yellow. Jack and the black are moving, but they could be sitting with 4 when the dust is settled. I'll be thinking more weight than that would be required. Just a little bit wide. So New Zealand just be looking to rattle. Play to sit down that yellow. Let's change something. I would say we're 1 down on the head at the moment. Tight. Oh, just about got a result though. Okay, so the Australian lead's indicating that we're holding 2 shots.
Coming. He's coming.
They've called an umpire over on the men's triples mat if you look to the far left, and I think it's going to be a multi-chop one. So we keep an eye out, we might see Kevin sweating a little bit. Okay, so Monica's just had a little chat to the lead. She's down on her forehand. Good effort, they were just trying to move it a little bit. New Zealand won't be unhappy with the situation as it's developed. They've managed to salvage the head. Almost the reverse of the other end, where we dominated. The Australians have certainly played well this end. Fiona back, just be looking just a little bit yellow. See if we can just make the jack just get a little bit close to us. She might be... I don't know what she did. I think she's close. One yellow. She must have cut it down. That's good. So that's a good start by both teams still. 16 ends to go, and the score is 2-0 to Australia. Leading off with this not quite full length ends again. It seems to be what this lead is favouring. And playing her backhand to start off with. Oh, that's a good start. For those watching who aren't aware, the international mat is a compromise between the two countries' main games. Compared to our Kiwi game, the mat is considerably thicker and a little bit longer, and the bowls are also a little bit bigger than the game we play domestically. And for the Australians, the mat is the same thickness, the bowls are the same size, but the mat is a bit shorter, which, as I said before, is why all the Australians have a backswing and most of them stand up. In collision, interestingly, the bowls also act a little bit more like outdoor bowls do, compared to our game at home, where a bowl will move quite far when hit. These ones, they just die because of the felt mat that it is played on. So it's quite a different game. Great leading there by Teri Anderson. Monica should be looking to disturb this, I would imagine. You can't leave something like that. So she's on her backhand, gives herself more options. You're looking just to where the yellows are. Gee, that was a great effort. They just seemed to hang on her a little bit there. So if he's got a decision to make here, do you make the target big or do you put a position bowl in? Well, I'm happy I'm not playing, I'm just a watcher. Alright, died quickly. That's the other thing in this game, the bowls pull up real quick, but they also do swing. They swing more than you think they would, with the weight that's required to get them up the mat. So let's give Monica a little bit of a platform on the forehand. I'll be tempted to change my hand, although she hasn't. What do I know? Great bowl there as well. She hit it absolutely perfect. Again, that's why she's there and I'm not. She'll be looking to follow that. Giving it a chance. Might hit that outside black in. I'll swing. Great bowl there. Giving New Zealand one. And as they cross over again, New Zealand has got the shot, but probably got a slightly worse position. Australia just needs to look to move the jack a little bit. She's certainly given it a chance with this bowl, or is it going to swing away too quickly? Very unlucky result, but they've given themselves a platform to work off next time. So New Zealand quite desperately needs a bowl just around the back. Yeah, she's given that a chance. Just went on a little bit, perfect track, but nothing's wrong with it back there. Other interesting thing about this game is, unlike the game we play in New Zealand, you can break the sidelines on your backswing, which allows you to manipulate the bowl a lot more than you can in the Kiwi game, and I love it. I think it's brilliant. And if you watch carefully, that was a little bit tentative there, but a good track again. And again, Australia's got good position. If you watch the players throughout the games, it is utilised reasonably often, the boxes. You can use it to get a bowl to track out with a bit of weight, or you can use it to deal with having a straight hand or a swinging hand, anything like that. Just gives you more options. We can use the box anyway without having to break the sideline, but it does add that other dimension to it, especially the experienced players like Fiona, John Sittestein, Lamy, the ones who've played in 2 or 3 tests, and all the Australians, they know how to use that box because they've done it heaps of times before. Monica just be looking to arrive onto Teri's last bowl. That hand has been swinging, and it had swung really again, but she used those front bowls just to give herself a platform to work off, and she has got one shot out of that. Again, I don't think New Zealand will be thinking to try anything more too dramatic. They've been playing well and giving themselves opportunities, and they know they've got 18 ends, so I'd be thinking they'd just be drawing close on the forehand. Close on the forehand and narrow down the chance for Australia to score more than 1 point. On the forehand, just going to swing at the last minute. It was a good effort. I think it was the right shot to play, and Monica just looking to draw a second shot there. That black bowl at the back is kind of stopping any aggression, and I think the bowls are too scattered anyway, regardless of that, to look for more than 2. And this hand is hooking away quite viciously. See it again. It's a good track, just a bit short. So they'll just have a look and see if there's any other opportunities on. There might be a run shot that has presented itself. Though again, I would be thinking they'll probably lean towards just drawing close with this bowl and cutting it down to 1 or getting the shot. There might be a little weighted shot on there, just lining up the angles. They have got that black to our right and slightly back past the head, and it's looking like that is the option they're going to go for. When plants present themselves like that, they're actually perfectly safe. Oh no, she's going on the forehand. Oh yeah. Great effort there by Fee. Just left that one yellow ball on the head. So Australia scored 3 consecutive ends in a row, and New Zealand will be looking for a break now. They wouldn't be too worried. Instead, they've got 18 ends and they have been playing well. on the backhand here. Reasonably good position, I assume. The players who are playing in these in this competition have been practicing for months. It is the pinnacle of our sport in New Zealand. You have a 14-person team, 7 men and 7 women. So all of them have been working really hard for this 3-day test, as have the Australians. Last time we played this competition, we were in Australia, and we crushed the Australians by a record victory. And we always knew they were going to come back and not take that line down, and they haven't. And they practiced a lot more this time, and they were a real threat to the opponent at some times. That was a good second bowl there by Teri. Just moving the jack back and bringing her first back bowl into play, whilst also cutting out that back yellow that's been played, unless Monica can somehow get the jack to our right. So she probably would be looking on the forehand. I'll be looking on the forehand, looking for the corner of the box. Yeah. I believe that's Jan Lowe, who is umpiring, the mother of Gary Lowe, who is a player. And the family of the Lows, all three of them have played for the South Island team before, so they're a pretty good bowling family. Nice vest. Fee's on the backhand doing something. Oh, no. Okay, so we look over at the women's triples. Australia just played another good bowl. They're holding 2. And Lowe's just asking for Linda to play on the forehand. Which Linda has done. No, great bowl there by Linda. Australia is 6-2 up in that women's triples, so they'll be looking to make as New Zealand will be looking to score a few. Fee's on the backhand doing something again. Teri seemed to like it, so it must have been a good bowl. Looks like in the women's triples, New Zealand might be holding 1 shot. And Australia's just on the forehand trying to bump us out. Might have fallen a bit short there. Oh no, she's moved the jack. What do I know? Nothing. So New Zealand or Linda will be on the backhand. Looking just to move the jack just a little bit. Oh, and she's seen the camera. So what have we seen? Looks like New Zealand's holding 1 here on this head. Good ball here by Teri. Slightly narrow, but we've got excellent position on the head. There's options all over the place for New Zealand. Australia, I'd imagine, should be on the forehand, looking just to sit down in there. Good weight, but that hand so far has just been holding a little bit more than the other side. The side against the wall has been swinging, and that hand's just been holding its line just a little bit. On the New Zealand mats, it'll be possible to pop that yellow off on the forehand, but I'm unsure how quickly it would move, so they're possibly looking at just a foot over on the forehand to reach in. Get there before the Australians do. The other option is on the backhand with a foot of weight. Teri's down on the forehand there. Great effort. Probably perfect track, maybe a foot light. But New Zealand has played this end well and we've got good position. Monica is deciding what to do now. Australia is in a little bit of trouble on this head. They'll see that the position's not really going their way. It would be tempting for Australia to play on the backhand. They've got that yellow bowl to our far left. They could play through that split and just move the jack away from the danger area. Or like she's doing, she could play on the forehand and just get another one on the head. Either option is very viable. I'm not really sure what she was going for there. Probably looking maybe to clear that back black off and sitting there. That hand just held on them again. See to our left, the women's triples is having a bit of a discussion about what they want to do. Looks like they're one down. Might be an idea to keep an eye out and see what Lois plays. I've got a couple of options there on the forehand. It could be quite impressive. And Fee's on her forehand as well. Looking to do what Teri was trying. Just played it with good weight. And that's worked just fine. Funnily enough, if she'd played that a little bit heavier, we might have been sitting with 4. It was a good bowl because they had options on the forehand there. And Australia will be looking pretty frantically to see what they can do. They could be in danger of dropping a number. If Fee plays that plant or through the split on her backhand, we could get 3 or 4 here. Lois has played with weight into something. A bit unlucky, I think. Yeah, one yellow perhaps. Which puts the Aussies 7. Something. 3 up. And on the far left, John and Grant have been having a bit of a chat about what they want to do as well. That's a game for viewers to watch. Not being a spoiler, but it certainly it was very exciting. And if we can see through the people, there might be a couple of great bowls that we get to see. So Monica has now made her decision. On her backhand, probably trying to get another ball on the head, I would be thinking. It's tight, isn't it? I'm unsure what happened there. I think she was probably narrow on the shot she wanted to play and may have given New Zealand a chance. Fee and Teri just looking at their options. For those who are just watching that, the Australian skip of the triples just played a brilliant bowl and popped our shot bowl off for about 4 after Ziddy's brilliant bowl. I can tell you as a spectator it was pretty heartbreaking. So Fee's decided to go on the forehand. Yeah, there's no need to be too aggressive into that. Okay, so Monica got a real unlucky result with her bowl. She must have moved the blacks in. And I'll be thinking 3 or 4 bowls here. A little bit demoralising for the Australians. She played with good weight, but she just was a bit tight, and it was punished. That was the result of a good end by the Kiwis, though. 4 to New Zealand, that's a good start. So the Kiwis, Kiwi pair has scored now. So after 4 ends, as you can see on the scoreboard, they make score 4 points to 3. And they seem to be, both teams seem to be favouring that length of the jack, just a little bit short of the spot. Gives people a bit of room on the back of the mat to build the head. I know in our game it seems to be the favoured length of the jack. If you want to score a reasonable amount of points, you put it a foot short of the box. If you don't want many points scored, you put it on the spot, because nothing gets built up behind, or it's more difficult. This game also lends itself to making a bit so the jack is often moved. That's a good bowl by the Aussie there. That hand is just swinging that little bit at the end. So although Australia is holding the shot there, New Zealand definitely has the better position on the head. And Teri just on her forehand. Yeah, good bowl. Teri was also the singles player for New Zealand in this test match. playing exceptionally well. She made the national singles final last year, and she has won her singles game, clear a few points. The heads have been very tight in her singles games, but she's just managed to she's managed to score just on a few ends more. She's been very consistent, as you can see by her play in these games with this game. Fee on the forehand. Get around it, it's perfect. That's a great bowl. Couldn't have asked for a better one. She's almost locked the jack in. Monica will just be looking to draw that back black and sit down. Need to get the Australians in position on the head. It's looking pretty dire at the moment, and that hand swings. She has set that yellow down, which helps the cause a little bit. And yeah, Fee and Teri have to make a decision here. You've got nice position. You want to put a bowl on the backhand to the corner of the box. Although, is the jack going to go there? I don't know. There's not much point in making the target bigger, so it looks like they've decided to go the forehand just past that third shot that we have. And sit down. Good effort there, but unfortunate the way it's sat. Just give Monica a bit of room. She'll be into that. Got to be up. It's pretty hard pressed to kill, so she can play with a reasonable amount of weight. No point in leaving the head as it is. Now that hand swings. Is it going to swing on her? Just a little bit, but she got a very good result. She probably played for that, and she played with good weight. Lois is standing up. Listen for the cheer if it's good. Good weight. Okay, so Australia's got one, but New Zealand's still got all the position. That was good to me. Inside out. Good effort, good weight. She had two options there, and she got halfway in between both of them. But Australia is still the one on the back foot here, although they do have the shot. We certainly have the position. For any person watching who's either just started or may not have played bowls before, it is a game that is deceptively simple looking. Good bowl there by Australia, just giving herself a bit of position at the back of the head. Teri will just be looking to follow that on the forehand. But yeah, it's a very easy game to learn and a very hard game to master. Good bowl there by Teri. Slightly overcorrected, play with perfect weight again. And the option B, which is what she got, is just improve the situation on the head for the New Zealanders. Got all the position out to the right of it, and it's pretty easy to move there. So Australia will be looking. That's a very good hole. Australia would have been looking to come underneath that and move the jack, but it's a perfectly acceptable plan B. If he can get jack movement, it's good for us. She'll be looking on the forehand through that split. Get the jack. Very good bowl there. So again, New Zealand's got awesome position. Monica will probably be looking on the forehand. She could even look on the forehand through that split. There's no point in leaving the jack like it is. Fiona, who's a skipper of the women's pair, is extremely experienced at high-level bowls. She made the North Island team, which is the second. Monica had to play with that sort of weight, and it just did swing on her a bit, but she had to play with that, and it looks like they've got one, so that's a good result for Australia. What was I saying? Yeah, Fee's played high-level bowls for a long time. If we looked at people playing the North Island team, which is the tier just below the New Zealand one, her and Linda McCurdy, who is to our left playing two in the women's triples, are probably the two longest serving members. They're extremely experienced, excellent bowlers, so nothing really phases them. If you watch Fiona, she has no reaction. If any bad bowls or good bowls or any bowls are played, it's, I reckon, the best poker face in bowls now that Lance Jenner's not playing. On her forehand with a bit of weight, any movement's good. Again, that's not too bad. They're keeping well in touch with the Aussie pair, and they're certainly playing well and giving themselves opportunities. Sometimes you just have to wait. As long as you're playing well, there's nothing to worry about, especially when you've got 18 minutes. Paul Smith throwing the jack up there on the far left, I think, unless it's the Australians. See what? Yep, Paul. And he's on the forehand, on debut, and he's drawn a touch. Not bad. Looks like Monica didn't play that bowl, so it makes them all square. And that's a good response in the men's triples if anyone's watching. So the Aussie lead is on the backhand, almost going around the clock. Pretty sure that would have been a good start. Teri on the backhand as well. I'm not sure where that ended up, to be honest. Meanwhile, on the women's triples, ooh, unlucky there by Linda. Teri on her forehand, probably looking for the corner of the box if nothing much has changed. Oh, very good. So she just about drew a toucher then. Her first ball must have been moved by the Australians at some point. Good leading by both. New Zealand's probably got a slight edge, although the Australians are in a good position back there. Monica will be looking on her, well, I would have thought backhand actually, looking just past the corner of the box. Huge foul there by Lois on the women's triples if anyone was watching. And Monica's on her backhand and that lovely swing at the end. Yeah, it's good position there. Aussie's looking pretty good. Interesting thing about the Australians too is in New Zealand it's considered good etiquette to put a bowl into the box after you've played your shot. Whereas in Australia, a bit more like outdoor bowls, they prefer to choose their shot. Jenny Stockford, who I watched a couple of the games with, and who was extremely noisy, but in a good way, shared with me a story of one of the tests she went and watched in the 80s, where one of our Kiwi players, was putting the bowl into the box, and the Aussie didn't like it, so the New Zealander kept doing it. Which is gamesmanship, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? I thought it was funny anyway. Fees on the forehand now, should be looking just to reach those two yellows. Close here. Great shot. How to change the head around in one bowl. So Australia's now got three bowls at the far back, and there's almost, I cannot see a way they could get the jack back there, to be honest. They'll just be looking to draw one close and minimise the damage and give themselves opportunities. Very good bowl by Fiona there. And a very good bowl by the Australian. All these four players are extremely capable of playing all the shots, and it's just been excellent games to watch, and it was for the entire test series. Giving it a chance. That's okay. That's really good. It means the jack's just going to one position now. Looking for the spot for the Aussies, and if they're slightly narrow, they're moving the jack. It's the mentality they'll be having. Rain is happy with one of Zitty's bowls. And a good shot here from yellow. Yeah, that's good. They'll be pleased with that. Teri will be looking to reach onto those. She can play it with almost as much weight as she wants. You can play overweight into that. or you could play it with perfect weight and do that. That was a beautiful bowl. Couldn't have played it any better. Australia got to be looking on the backhand now, see if they can move the jack out to the corner of the box and then do something from there. It's about giving yourself opportunities. And when it's this sort of level, bowls aren't missed very often. Women's triples is 8-4 after 7 down, and the men's triples is 6-4 after 7 down, I believe. Just as a side note, Monica's decided to play the forehand, which is interesting. Played it with good weight, but it just hangs that little bit. Decisions to be made. Just about had a collision walking up the mat there, Fee and Denise. So they'd just be looking at the opportunities that Australia has. She's on her forehand. Nothing wrong with that, it's perfect track. I think Monica has to play the backhand now and try and move the jack. It's got a nice swing and she can just swing into it. What do I know? So she's on the forehand, be looking just to draw it, I would imagine. It's very tough to get around. If she can get around that front back play with enough weight, she can move the jack back for free, which is what she's going for. Just didn't quite have that swing. Exceptional bowl though. That's a great shot. Hence again, it's the reason why I'm watching and not playing. So New Zealand almost has no choice just to take the one. I can't see a way to score multiples here. Good decision there by Fee.